We kind of stumbled into this conversation yesterday with Clay Ferrero from Channel 10, where that Heat culture, the Heat DNA thing, and I'm a big believer in it. I do think their franchise is unlike any other in the NBA. But that stuff, that nebulous stuff, it only goes so far. You have to have people who buy in, and I don't think and again, I think some people think that they buy in, like they think they're cut out for what the Heat is, but I just you watch a game that what is it the last 3 games, Solana? Is it Chicago, Charlotte, and the Clippers last night? Is that the last 3 that they've played?
Those are the last 3, but they are in a 5-game, season-high 5-game losing skid.
But those last 3 specifically to me, because I think they were favorites in all 3 of those games. And they just, last night they got ran off the court. So I don't know what you do with this team anymore.
That Heat culture, I think, was it Clay yesterday that said it? It was like, there's a Heat. You can have a culture, but DNA is there too. There's a culture. There has to be gatekeepers, and you have to have something in you. What is the saying? The hardest working, best in shape, most physical, all that stuff that Pat Riley says. Like Deion Waiters couldn't do it. Like James Johnson, like they were guys that can't live that way. And I don't think we have, and not even saying they're bad people or bad players, but to do that, I think you need something that comes from your mom and dad's consummation of you over just I'm going to go and Pat Riley's going to change my personality. I don't believe that.
I don't even necessarily think it's all that. I think, you throw an Andrew Wiggins in and you go, oh, he's going to pick up the scoring slack. And it takes a while. You throw a Terry Rozier in and he missed a lot last season and he came in really as part of a Jimmy Butler-led Miami Heat team, and then all of a sudden that went up in smoke. And so you have all these varied pieces, and the only stability that's been there, obviously Spo is the most stable thing there, but Bam, but Tyler, I mentioned Tyler yesterday. Guy's the subject of trade rumors every offseason. So, how he can't be Mr. 305 the way Udonis is. But I don't know. You watched it last night, Solana. You're there every game. Like, it just doesn't feel like a Heat team to me that even when they were outclassed, and I'm not even certain they were outclassed last night, but even when they were outmanned or outclassed, I don't know. I feel like these last few games, man, you're just seeing this wilting flower that doesn't have any resemblance of Heat teams that we're used to.
It was my main takeaway in the postgame show last night. Forget the previous losses, 4 straight, where you had double-digit leads, you had fourth-quarter leads, and you lost. Yesterday, the law firm of Zubats and Bogdanovich dogged you in a what should have been desperation game at a turning point, pivotal point of the season. Now you're a play-in team pretty much with 17 games remaining, and you're 7 games behind Detroit. Like that should have been put up or shut up game. Leave it all out there on the floor. And outside of Pelle Larsson, who spent half the game taking bows to the head and on the hardwood, there was no fight by the Heat. 17-8 run to start the fourth quarter by the Clippers. Where was that dog? And where was that fight from a Heat team who's literally crafted their identity as being dogs, as being fighters, hardest working, toughest conditioned, best conditioned team? You didn't see it last night. Maybe it's gotten to the point where, hey, we love Tyler, we love Bam. They're all-star caliber players, but even at their best, probably just not good enough to be where you want to be.
Yeah. When they go on runs, I thought about it last night. When them big boys were balling, somebody's going to hard foul them. Somebody's about to get a tech and swing things. Like I've been down here since 05. I watched what the Heat do. Oh, it's very talented people. Okay, I'm going to throw you into the third row. You're going to get mad. I'm going to get a tech. And now the game's slowed down and things change. Like it's a different looking manifestation of what the Heat is. It's like, 17. Okay, Heat cut to 11. Okay, leads cut to 9. Leads cut to 6. Okay, well, we're just running our offense and we're playing 2-3 zone. Like you don't get the feel watching them that it's the same as what I've watched for 20 years.
That's the thing that jumps out at me. It just doesn't feel, because listen, they're not going to win every game. You're not going to go to the finals every season. this feels different. Something feels different about it. Unfortunate, but it is what it is.
And the Heat play the Celtics tomorrow. That'll be a 7 p.m. tip-off.
Uh-oh.
All right. I'm leaving. I'm leaving for London tonight. I'm putting my bet in tonight so that when I wake up in London, I have extra money in my account. Whatever the Celtics line is, I'm taking the Celtics.
I turned into Scooby Doo. Ruh-roh. Them boys are playing right now.
The Heat have lost 5 straight. They're 7 games below 500. Here are their next 5 games. Boston tomorrow. At Memphis Saturday, second night of a back-to-back. At New York. Versus Detroit. Versus Houston.
Yeah. Panthers are doing well.
This is just one of those teams that they'll lose to Charlotte and the Clippers and the Bulls having big leads, and then all of a sudden they'll beat Boston by 6. This is just one of those teams.
You're trying to reverse jinx so that your bet lands.
I am literally paying for my entire European trip on the Celtics Heat game tomorrow night.
Your weather from the Demesman and Dover Law Firm. Call them 866-954-MORE. Your accident attorneys.
If Kalel Ware's over-under is 2, I'm taking the under. I have learned my lesson on Kalel Ware overs.
This ain't the time to play the Celtics.